Hello, welcome back to another movie review in a different space. I'm all about changing locations this week. I am moving around a lot, so I'm having to make do, but it's okay. We've got Rio, so we're gonna be fine. So this week I am reviewing the movie Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, and it had a lot of hype around it. I didn't see it advertised a lot, but my friend sent me the trailer and the trailer looked awesome. It didn't give a lot away, which I love, because a lot of movies nowadays, it's like you have the whole film in the trailer. Like, why do I need to see it? But yeah, this trailer was amazing at not giving too much away. And yeah, I just it's such a beautifully crafted film, in the sense that the plot was very intriguing, the characters were fully fleshed out, the soundtrack, incredible, cinematography amazing, and just the pacing of it was everything you wanted in a movie. And I'm not surprised that it's got 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, because it deserves that. It deserves it. The synopsis of it, according to Google, is this. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Yes. One thing I really loved about this movie, I mentioned just in the pacing of it. I felt when I was watching it, I could see when each act ended. Like, I could imagine it in the script. It was like, this is act 1 and everything's happening now, and then we go on to act 2. Not in a sense that it didn't feel connected. It's just like you felt the setup was done, and they gently wove it into the next part. I really enjoyed that, because you could, I think it kind of helped build tension, because you're like, okay, this bit's ending, what's gonna happen next? I'm just looking at my notes. I know I've got but oh my god, here we go. I'm back in it. I'm back in the zone. Yes, the I just didn't feel bored, which I just love. I feel like a lot of movies coming out recently, it's just like they have a plot, but they don't really commit to the plot, and then you feel like you're watching something that could have been wrapped up about half an hour ago, and you've still got 2 hours left. But this, like, I could see the journey unfolding, I could see it happening, and I wanted to watch that journey happen. And they did amazing work with the casting. Michael B. Jordan, so I saw someone on Letterboxd say they finally hired Michael A. Jordan. I went into it, I did not realise he was playing 2 characters, and he did a spectacular job at that. I mean, I knew he could act, but this was really like, oh, he can act. Also, big shout out to Miles Caton, who plays Sammy Moore. I think they introduced him, so I'm guessing that's like one of his first films that he's done. Oh my god, his voice, there's a huge cat in this garden. It's like a panther. Oh my god, what is it doing? Anyway, back to Miles Caton. Yeah, his voice, just, I felt it in my bones. I felt like I was being commanded by his voice. It was just gorgeous, and especially his singing in that sequence, the sequence in the Duke. I don't know how to describe it. To me, it was like the like music through time sequence, and they had like the past, the present, the future all merging together. I was in the cinema and I was just like, oh my god, I feel my spirit awakening. This is cinema. I had goosebumps, and I haven't felt like that in a while in a cinema. I was like, words can not describe what I'm feeling right now. I felt empowered. I felt like I wanted to be inside the screen, there in the music hall, in the dance hall, just living that moment with them. It was incredible. Yeah, the acting, 10 out of 10 off the scales. Like I said, Michael B. Jordan was incredible. Miles Caton was incredible. Also, big shout out. I'm just giving shout outs to anyone at this point, but Hailee Steinfeld. I went into this and I was like, interesting. I don't know. I was like, I wonder how she's gonna fit into this, and oh my god, she fit in incredibly. She was amazing. I've seen her in a completely different light now, and like, I knew she was a good actor before, but my respect for her has just high jumped, just whoop over. Incredible. There was one point, I mean, I don't want to spoil it too much, but she drawled, like spat in someone's mouth, and I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm not saying no, but I don't know how I feel about this. But I was like, yeah, she was just captivating in it. She did incredible. And who else? I'm trying to get, oh wait, Jamie Lawson, her as well, when she got on the stage and she was dancing and singing, like I could feel the intensity through the screen. Oh, she was incredible as well. I mean, I'm giving praise to everyone in this movie, because there was no one on that screen that I didn't believe. And I know that sounds weird, because you're like, well, the actors on the screen acting, but sometimes I feel like you can see that they're acting. Not with this. I was like, you are the characters. I'm believing in the story. I'm believing in you. And yeah, they were all so captivating. Like 10 out of 10 performances. Everyone was incredible. I've one of my favorite lines in the whole movie was said by, I'm so sorry in advance if I butcher this name, but Lee Jun Lee, who plays Grace Chow. She's like a shopkeeper with her husband, and she's having a little bit of a tough time. And obviously, oh my god, I haven't really explained this well, but there are vampires in this. Spoilers, but this whole thing is basically a spoiler episode. But the vampires obviously trying to get in, but they can't get in without being invited in, which I love. I feel like a lot of vampire movies don't do that anymore. I love that part about vampire folklore. It's like they can't come in, like they can be dangerous, but if you don't invite them in, you're cool beans. But yeah, she's trying to get outside. She wants to get to her daughter, because they threatened to kill her daughter who's at home, and like they're trying to hold her back, and then she just screams, "Come on in, motherfuckers!" And the head vampire outside, he's like, huh. I was like, when she said it, my pearls were clutched. I was jaw on the floor, hand on my chest, like, oh my god, she did not just do that. And she did. And then that led on to a very brutal, gory battle scene, which I appreciated, other than one thing that really confused me at the time, and my friend had to like tell me what was happening afterwards. But there were these, I saw 2 people get like immediately attacked by the vampires, bitten. I was like, oh my god, who have they got already? And then the main characters were all fighting. I was like, but there were only like 7 of you in the barn, and there's still 7 of you fighting, but I saw 2 of you go down. What's happening? Turns out there are actually other people still in the Duke, the club, other than the main 7. But you don't really realise it because they don't show you on camera. They're like, there's a few people in the background, but you don't see it. So these people went down, and I thought, oh my god, they've already got some of the main cast characters. My friend was like, no, they were just customers who hadn't left, and they're still in there. I was like, oh. So then why when they were eating the garlic, why weren't they eating the garlic? If they were stressed there was already a vampire in there, why did they not concern themselves with the ones in the corner? That was kind of like my only little kind of uncertainty. I was like, oh, if you maybe just made it a little bit clearer that there were other people in there, I would understand that the people getting attacked and killed weren't the main cast. But like, other than that, I can't criticize the film. The music. I was watching it, I was like, I know there's some badass musical composer behind this, but I don't know who. And then the end credits started, and who was it? Well, I just want to, so I don't get his name wrong. Ludwig Göransson. I only know him as Ludwig. I call him Ludwig G because I can't say his surname. I'm so sorry. But as soon as his name came on the end credits, I was like, that is why I was vibing the whole time, because you did an incredible job. They just had me in the chokehold. The music throughout. Oh my god, it was incredible. Yeah, I really loved how significant music and the culture of music was throughout the film. It was just so engrossing. It's great. And I guess my final, I just wrote down notes as soon as I came out of the theatre of like why I was like, oh my god, this is what stuck in my head. And my final thing, and this is a massive spoiler, I know I've spoiled a little bit earlier, but if you are going to watch it and you don't want a massive spoiler, just end it now. Just go home. But I knew Hailee Steinfeld was not dead. I knew Mary was still alive. It was like the end bit where all the vampires were dying, and like we were watching them all burn, and I was there, I was like, Mary's not there. That's who Hailee plays. I was like, Mary's not burning, she's not dead. They want you to think she's dead, but she's not dead. And I was sitting there, my friend was like, we gotta wait because there's an end credit. So I was like, okay. I was like, she's gonna appear, isn't she? She's gonna appear. She appeared. I knew it. And not only, and twin, Michael A. Jordan, or B. Jordan, who knows which one. But oh my god, I think it was Stack who's still alive. They both appeared, and I was like, I thought he died. Smoke couldn't do it. Smoke couldn't kill him. He just promised to leave Sammy alone. I was like, I knew it. And it's actually really quite cute at the end because it was just like old friends reuniting. They didn't want to kill him. They offered to, transition him so he wouldn't die. But Sammy was like, I'm fine with how my life has gone and I don't need to carry on. And then it was just kind of like old friends just listen to music. It's actually quite cute. It was really adorable. So yeah, I think that's everything I've got to say. I mean, there's so much more I could go in depth about, but this is already long enough. But overall, I give it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. Loved it, and definitely go and see it if you have the opportunity to, because it is gorgeous, gorgeous cinema. And it's something that I think has been missing from, I guess, Hollywood for a while. It just felt properly molded and sculptured in depth. A film that with characteristics I had not seen in a while. It didn't feel shallow. Yeah. So that's it. I will be doing another movie review next week because I'm going to see The Thunderbolts next Friday and I can't wait. I feel like it's gonna be so good. So I'll probably see you next week. Enjoy. Don't do anything stupid, but also have fun.